I'm not gonna waste your time. This is the full guide on how to win any 1v1 and fool defenders like it's a game. But to all the defenders watching, you better grab a piece of paper and take notes, so this doesn't happen to you. If you're new here, let's start with the basics. I want you to look at this clip. What do you think went wrong here? No, it's not just a bad choice. No, it's not just the skill move itself. There are two major mistakes he made. First, stopping the ball in a bad position. Stopping the ball isn't necessarily a mistake, but where and how you stop it matters. Look at Anthony's positioning. He stops the ball in a way that completely shuts off his right side, leaving him with only one option to either force a weak move to the left or pass. That's not good. In tight spaces, stopping the ball like this gives the defender a free pass to close in on you. You're already lost before the duel even starts. Let me put it like this. Imagine you're playing chess, but every time you touch a piece, you freeze for 3 seconds before making your move. You're giving your opponent all the time in the world to think about the next move. That's what stopping the ball in a bad position does in football. It slows you down while the defender gets to read you. The best dribblers don't stop in dead positions. They keep the ball alive. If you do stop the ball, it should be when both sides are open. Look at Neymar. When he stops the ball, he does it in a position where he has the option to explode in either direction. That's why his body feints are so deadly. He makes the defender believe he's going one way, but the moment they commit, he's already gone. And that works because he doesn't just stop the ball anywhere, he stops it in a position where there's space behind the defender, and most importantly, he times it when the defender is planted. That's what breaks the recovery time. Now, the second mistake Anthony made, he pre-planned his move, he stopped the ball and started thinking about what to do next. And if you've been following football protocol for a while, you already know, pre-planning and overthinking kills creativity. Here's what I mean. When you try to plan a move in advance, you're locking yourself into a script that might not even match what's happening in front of you. You are extremely predictable and you are also slower. Getting into thinking about what skill to do every time will make you extremely slow in your moves, and in high levels of football, you have no time to think. The best dribblers don't play like robots thinking, first I'll do this step over, then I'll cut inside, they play on instinct. That's what makes them unreadable. They react to the moment, adjusting based on what the defender gives them. Messi said, "I never think about the play or visualize anything. I do what comes to me at that moment. Instinct. It has always been that way." Maradona said, "Just trust your instincts and go for it." Ronaldinho said, "My game is based on improvisation." Often, a forward does not have the time to think too much. You have a second, rarely more, to decide whether to dribble, shoot, or pass to the right or left. It is instinct that gives the orders, and many other pro footballers said this. If you're trying to win one-on-one duels easily, you can't be thinking about your next move like a chess game. By the time you decide, the defender has already decided for you. Now, I can't just tell you trust your instincts, because if you struggle in 1v1s, that means your instincts are low tier. And if they're low tier, then trusting them is the worst thing you can do. You need to think of instincts like an ability in a video game. You don't just start with maxed out stats. You have to level them up. And that's exactly what we're going to do. There are 4 steps to making your instincts elite. They are designed to rewire your brain, so your instincts work for you, not against you. The first step is choosing 3 skills that match your style and your position. Most players make one big mistake when they train dribbling. They think the more skills they know, the better they'll be. So they spend hours watching skill tutorials, trying to copy every move they see, and then they freeze in real games. If you want to become elite in 1v1s, you need to master just 3 moves, not 10, not 5, 3. The 3 moves that fit your playing style and position. Let's say you're a winger who loves to take on defenders. Your 3 moves could be La Croqueta for quick lateral shifts past opponents, the step over to bait defenders and explode past them, and the roulette to escape pressure in tight spaces. If you're a midfielder, your 3 might be different. If you're a fullback, different again. The point is, you are specializing. Now the second step is to do these skills an incredible amount of times. Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." So we want to do these skills for dozens of hours. It is better to practice 1 to 3 skills a lot of hours instead of doing hundreds of skills a little bit. Jeremy Doku also mentioned this quote, saying that as a kid, he just spammed one single move a lot of times until he became a master of it and could do it without thinking. That's the goal. You need to get to the point where these moves happen automatically. First, start doing them statically so you learn them properly. No pressure, no speed, just clean execution. Then add some movement. Start with slow, controlled movement, then upgrade it. Make it second nature. Now, once you learn it with enough confidence, we move to the third step, which is doing them freely with maximum intention. And by maximum intention, I mean you put all the effort into doing them while imagining real defenders pressing you, and you perform them without pre-planning. Just free dribble and give space to your creativity. In a real game, you don't get to stop and think. You have to trust the movement. If you've put in the hours, the skills will come out naturally. If you haven't, they won't. So when you train, don't just repeat the moves for the sake of it. Go all in. Imagine defenders, feel the pressure, and execute with full confidence. The last step is to get all of your skills you learned and apply them to pickup games with friends, in futsal, and in training. This is the most important of the steps because what we did before is like sharpening the sword blade, but not going into battle with it and spending all your life sharpening it is useless. I like this quote. Only a fool would charge into battle with a dull blade, but a bigger fool would be somebody constantly sharpening his blade and never going to battle. The whole point of all this training is to apply it. So find a group of friends, do 3 versus 3s, 4 versus 4s, anything that forces you into tight spaces where you have to use your instincts, because this is how you truly level up. Not by knowing more, not by watching more, but by doing more. Now, one thing you can implement in your maximum intention training or in futsal is to play barefoot, because when you play barefoot, your feet get way more feedback from the ground and the ball. Your foot has thousands of nerve endings designed to feel and react, but modern football boots and shoes numb them. You don't even realize how much sensitivity you've lost until you train without shoes. The ball feels different. Your touches become sharper. Your movement becomes more natural. And over time, this extra feedback helps your brain process situations faster, making your instincts way better. The more you live barefoot, the better. But I get it. You're obligated to wear modern shoes in school and public places. And these shoes are destroying your foot functionality. Here's the real issue. Modern shoes have destroyed our natural foot function. Studies prove that heel striking caused by thick, cushioned shoes puts massive stress on your knees. That's why so many runners and athletes suffer from injuries. And that is why you are not athletic enough. So get your modern shoes, throw them away, and take your Saguaro barefoot shoes. Saguaro barefoot shoes are designed to feel exactly like being barefoot. Look at their flexibility. I can move my toes freely without restriction. And you can't imagine the comfort I feel with Saguaro when I walk or train alone. So, do you want to invest in something that could save your football career? Click the link in the description and use the code BarefootProtocol to get 10% off your purchase. Having stronger feet directly improves your instincts because instincts rely on how quickly and efficiently your body can process movement. Weak feet equals slower reactions. Strong feet equals instant, explosive responses. Your feet are your foundation. If they're weak and restricted, your entire movement is compromised. But if they're strong and free, you will win 1v1s effortlessly. Now, there is something that not many people talk about in the football space, and it is proprioception. It's really hard to explain in words, but think of it like a sixth sense, the ability to know where your body is in space without looking. I'll explain it like this. Close your eyes. Put your left hand on a table or a wall and let your right hand float in the air. Now, even though you can't see or feel your right hand touching anything, you still know exactly where it is. That's proprioception. Why is this so important for dribbling and winning 1 versus 1s? Because proprioception is how you control your body while moving through space. If your proprioception is weak, you'll struggle to move effortlessly on the field. Your touches will feel inconsistent. Your balance will be shaky. But if it's strong, you'll glide past defenders like they aren't even there. Here's how to test your level. Take a ball and try juggling blindfolded. Sounds simple, but it'll expose your proprioception instantly. You can see here the level of Neymar. He's blindfolded, yet he juggles like it's nothing. That's world-class proprioception. Let me know in the comments how many juggles you managed with your eyes closed. And if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to subscribe. Now, how do we improve proprioception? There are multiple ways. First, hand juggling. Sounds weird, but it improves your ability to track movement without looking. Second, single leg balancing. Stand on one foot, close your eyes, and try to hold balance for 30+ seconds. If you can't, your proprioception is weak. Third, blindfolded dribbling. Start slow, feel the ball, and train your body to react without relying on sight. You can start by dribbling without looking at the ball. Lastly, playing barefoot on uneven surfaces, like sand, grass, and futsal courts. They force your body to adapt in real time, making your footwork naturally smoother. Proprioception is a cheat code. When it's high, everything you do, the first touch, dribbling, agility, feels automatic. Train it right, and you'll feel like the ball is just an extension of your body. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have ever played in flow. And don't forget, join our Discord community. You'll be surrounded by players who are just as dedicated as you. Hit the protocol and take action.